And so, you know, like I said in the last video, the whole, I call it Ramona child, and the panorama that we was in, or still are in respectfully, gave a moment of just peace, you guys, in the chaos, in the midst of chaos. God gave me peace from the court system. Because how you gonna go to court, child? And then you gotta think, is this really worth fighting for? We in the whole panorama. Is this really worth fighting for? Is this worth the money that it's gonna cost? And then you realize, well, what y'all already realized, my ex had to figure it out. This costs money. This ain't cheap. This could be going to my children. Let me tell you something. A custody battle is a hurting thing. No one wins. And in my personal, humble opinion, I feel like, and I did request in court for us both to go to counseling, because after a custody battle, somebody's losing. You both lose because your relationship is now torn, because in order to go through a custody battle, you have to portray the person who you're trying to get the children from as this unfit person. And so now this person that you have tried to portray as this unfit person still has the children, and now you over there sucking on sour lemons because you done lost. And then the person over here who is not unfit is therefore validated, but can never trust the other person who had to make up all of these accusations, all of these vilified, what you call it, pieces of evidence. And you're now in a very untrustworthy predicament. And let me tell you, you need counseling after a custody battle to restore the trust and move forward. It's tough. I would like to say I have yet to go through any co-parenting counseling together. I went to anger management, however, because I was being provoked into acting like a damn fool, because I have a daughter, you guys, and she has beautiful long curly hair. And don't let the twist fool you, I have beautiful curly hair, which I'm used to maintaining. But she went to visit her father, and I guess he couldn't handle it and thought it was a good idea to cut her hair. And it was a conversation that I had expressed to him. If you need help choosing some products, if you need help managing her hair, let me know. I'm here to help, you know. Please don't make any crazy changes to her hair like that. Whatever you need, I'm here. And instead of working together, he decided that in a temporary moment of having her during the summertime to cut her hair, and then blame me for her hair being damaged and dead and unmanageable. So, dare I say, I was provoked. So yeah, and in that moment of provocation, I tried to still be sensible, and I still got, I still got blamed and lied on, child. It was like, I don't know why she mad. You know what I'm saying? When you don't do those things. You don't do those things, and it was done intentionally. And then, I was totally like gaslighted. And in the past, I've definitely fallen for gaslighting. But then when sometimes you feel like this is horrible. When I had to go to high conflict counseling, that's what they call it, I thought it was such a horrible thing, but it was a blessing, because it made me realize that I was what type of parenting I'm dealing with. It's not co-parenting, it's parallel parenting. But the other parent doesn't realize that they are parallel parenting, and they still want me to co-parent while they parallel parent. Okay? And a level of narcissism that is going on, a toxic level of narcissism and lack of accountability that's going on, that I have to learn how to navigate through. And because I am the, sole custodian, and which means I have them all the time and then they go visit. Because I am the one who really facilitates the stability of my children, the burden is left on me to always have my sugar honey iced tea together. Okay, I don't I don't get a moment of acting like a donkey because my kids are with me, right? They can act like a donkey and go do whatever the heck they want to do, but because they don't have the children, I do. And so when I take that type of control and I take that kind of strength away from it, I see that no, I can't be provoked because I have full responsibility of this situation over here and I love it and I'm not gonna let you take it away from me. So yeah, dealing with that, I got a lot of knowledge and conversations, but I do want to say in the counseling, it's okay for you to have feelings. It's okay for you to sit down and talk like this. It's not bad mouthing the person. It's talking with some sense, okay, and level headedness. So there's nothing bad about it. And I must say, you guys, my kids love their dad now. I don't know why people think that when you go through a divorce, it's just the parent that goes through the divorce. The kids go through it too because their lives are broken up. And in my situation, I don't know if you've ever been through this, my ex turned around and got remarried in less than 90 days. So it's like, okay, here's mom and dad, and now mom and dad aren't together anymore. Now, bam, dad is with somebody else. And it was, I knew the full weight of it, but again, there was lack of accountability, and it's kind of like, oh, we're just not going to acknowledge it, and we're just going to shove this new person in their face, and they're going to be okay. And when they came home from the first visit, there were a lot of behind the scene tears. And I said, well, why didn't y'all talk to y'all dad about this? Why didn't you express this? And they felt like it wasn't a safe mental space for them. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of trust that goes into parenting, and they didn't feel like they were allowed to say how they felt. They didn't want to hurt his feelings. They didn't want to hurt her feelings. And I think that's nice, you know what I mean? To a certain extent, because then it doesn't allow those parties to see how they need to behave or what type of conversations they need to have with the kids to build trust with them. It's all left on me. So then I had to go to therapy, child, because I felt like I was my children's counselor. And I'm trying to get better myself, going through the, I don't want to say like the relationship woes, because I'm completely fine with licking my wounds of a heartbreak in peace. But it's like, okay, the household change. You know what I mean? Like the lack of the other partner. Even though pretty much the whole time I was with him, I was always by myself. I was a military wife, so he was always gone. He was never really home. But just the idea of, okay, you're really single, child. You're really out here by yourself, And if you need help, it's no longer a shared account. It's like, now I got to go ask this person to help me with the kids. Girl. So, yeah, needless to say, I had a lot going on in my brain. And trying to say all that at that time, it just was the wrong time, because it would have came out real ugly. Because when they cut my daughter hair, baby. So no, do I regret sharing? I don't regret anything. I feel like I've done everything in a very graceful way. A lot of things, like I said, girl, I just didn't say. And mostly because I know that they want a lot of attention. I know that they're trying to build whatever platform they want to build off of the strength of me, and just, what's the word? People say clout chasing, but I always knew that there was an element of jealousy of the amount of attention that I get on this channel from you guys, and an element of, oh well, we're gonna make her feel, unworthy, so we're gonna do the same. We're gonna try and do the same thing that she's doing so that we can just snuff her out. But God, you guys, I'm here and I'm okay with being here, and I wish anybody the best. If that's the kind of attention they want, y'all, go give them the attention that they want, y'all. This is my full-time job, and like I said, I remember going to court and being vilified for being a YouTuber, being told that I needed to go out and get a real job. So I think it would be hilarious if anyone who said that to me were then trying to do what I do as a real job. I feel vilified, you guys, and I'm just like, I have to take back my narrative, and I don't know what other way to say this, but my ex plays on the back pages of these dark websites and behaves in a manner that is just not cool, especially when I haven't said a lot of things for the sake of my children, and I have allowed myself to be vilified in this, bitter baby mama, whatever. But as you guys know, that's not me. And I don't feel like I gotta come on here and try and explain my goodness. You know what I mean? When God has already shown me goodness and grace, and I'm already a good person. So I don't have to explain why I'm a good person. I just am. I don't have to explain why I got you guys. You guys are here, and I just don't feel like I gotta play dirty. And I also feel like whatever I have to say, I can say it. And it's not like I'm out here just trying to be malicious towards people. That's not it. If you guys ask me a question, I remember when I was doing the Q&As with my mom, and again, it got brought up in court, oh, she's talking about us. No. I got real people messaging me, asking me for advice, and I'm responding, and that's me being, or, oh, this person is, girl, I don't even know how to beat around the bush. You can't beat around the bush. I had a restraining order against my ex, you guys, because he was on the back pages. The judge told him back then, you need to show her proof that you're not on these back pages anymore, that you deleted your back pages account. And he still hasn't shown me that proof. He's still always getting information, getting informed by these back page people who he released, private information to, loves to release private information to, and then hides his hand. So when it comes to showing mercy on this platform or being graceful anymore, I can't do it. And if anybody is out there helping him, soliciting certain things to him, or trying to get his attention or whatever, that's to his own demise. For co-parenting, whatever you want to have it, but he's not supposed to be on the internet talking to you guys from these back pages. And there was a comment, and I don't want to give too much attention to it, where somebody was like, oh, be careful what you say here, because my mom alienated me from my dad, and you don't want to do that to your kids. That could never be me. If anything, the things that my children are going to read when they Google my name on the back pages, on account of what their father put out there, is more than enough.